Hey everybody, my name is Ashton. I am coming to you today with my first YouTube channel. I'm going to be talking about topics that you typically can't find when you are on YouTube, or things that you are thinking about in your head and you go to search for it and there's no videos on it. I'm going to try to touch base on some of those that pertain to my lifestyle and what I go through, to try to help out other people who are trying to look for a video on a certain topic and they can't find it and it's very stressful. So let's get into it. So the topic that I'm going to be talking about today with you is wedding planning. I planned a whole wedding without a wedding coordinator or a wedding planner, and it was crazy, but the most amazing process I have gone through ever. And I know that sounds contradicting, but I had so much fun doing this whole process and planning this whole process. So I'm going to share some tips and what I did and how it turned out at the end of the day, and we'll go from there. I searched up, when I first started my whole wedding process, I searched how to plan a wedding without a wedding coordinator or a wedding planner. I found probably like 2 videos. And a lot of them were planners already, that they do this for a living, so they're just kind of telling you do's and don'ts and what to do and what not to do, coming from a wedding planner's standpoint. And I feel like that didn't really help me too much because they're professionals and they know what they're doing. I wanted to help someone that had no experience at all with planning weddings and kind of start from there and see if anyone else was going through the same thing that I was going through. I did not have a budget for a wedding planner or a coordinator, so I figured I'm gonna just wing it. Let's see how it goes and see how it turns out. And it actually turned out amazing. So I'm gonna be looking down just because I have some notes here and I wanted to kind of go step by step with you guys on how the whole process worked. The first thing I want to talk about is a wedding planner. Now, I know a lot of people love the wedding planners. They're pretty. The first thing anyone thinks of when they're planning a wedding is a wedding planner. I did not use one. My husband did buy me one because I was so excited about the whole thing. I wanted a planner. I wanted to do step by step, and I thought it was going to help me so much, and I didn't even use it. The best thing that helped me the most was a regular notebook. I bought this notebook for $3 at the store, and it helped me so much with organization and kind of doing it my way, and a way that works for me, that my brain is like, okay, this is this and this is this. This was the best way to do it. I'll kind of show you a little bit of how it looked when I did plan. I had everything kind of like in sections. I had everything laid out, things to do, what to buy, and I did it in my own way, and it helped so much. I took this thing everywhere with me. Anytime I went to work, or if I was going out to a store, if I was going to Walmart or Target and I thought about something I needed, or if I found something there that I needed, I would always refer back to here, cross it out, put how much it was, and that helped me, especially with the budget. It kind of keeps you on track so you can see how much you're spending and what things are. And if you didn't necessarily want to buy it there that day, you can always write down the price. And I would always look at the price in the store and then look at the price on Amazon, and if it was cheaper, then I'll go that route. But yeah, having a regular notebook helped so much, and it was cheaper than a wedding planner. And I mean, if you are having a big extravagant wedding, that does help because it's a little more detailed on what you need for those type of weddings. But if you're having just a simple wedding, I think a regular notebook would be fine. So try that and see, and if it doesn't work, then you can do that. But when I would turn a page, it was a whole different section, and it was florals, what kind of petals, what kind of type of flowers, what color of the flowers, where are you gonna have the flowers, and that just stressed me out. I didn't even want to think about that, so I did it my way. So the second thing I want to talk about is your venue. So when doing a budget-friendly wedding, you may have to make sure that your venue is on board with you when it comes to certain things. So catering, decorating, if they offer a same day coordinator, or if they offer a wedding coordinator, if it's optional, do you have to use them? With food, do you have to use the specific catering from the venue, or can you bring in outside food through an outside caterer? Those are all big questions that you need to ask them, because it is going to make a huge difference in your budget if you have to use their caterer. Thankfully, my mother-in-law kind of helped us out with the venue. She paid for the venue. She found the venue. We've used a venue before with my baby shower, and it was great. We were actually able to bring in baked goods or anything cold. So you can bring in, I was able to bring in my own cake. I didn't have to have a bakery place drop off my cake. All my desserts, I was able to get all my desserts myself and come in and set them up and do all that. So I didn't have to worry about using their specific people for desserts. Drinks, I was able to, they did offer drinks, like soft drinks, but I was able to use the company that I was using for catering. I was able to just get the drinks, give it to them, and they can bring it to the venue. So that saved us a lot of money with the drinks. Also with the tables and chairs, my venue did offer me tables and chairs, and they will set up everything for you as far as how you wanted the tables to be, but you had to decorate them. So I was in charge of decorating the cocktail area, the actual ceremony area, and where we had the actual reception. We were in charge of doing all that. Typically you will have a day of coordinator to do that for you. We didn't. We just had moms, grandmas, my husband. I know it's hard you're supposed to not see them the day of the wedding, but me and my husband were already married for a few years before the actual wedding happened. So at that point we were just like, let's get this done. And my brother-in-law and my bridesmaids, like everyone kind of just went in and we made it work, and it turned out great. So it takes a village, but if you have the help, it saves you a lot of money with that. The second thing I want to talk about is decor. I went crazy with the decorations for this wedding, and I did it all on Amazon and Temu. Those were my two best friends when it came to this wedding, because florals, fake florals, look on Amazon and Temu. I got a lot of them from Amazon, from the Ling's Moments, whatever was on sale, because Ling's Moments could be a little pricey. And I did find a lot of garland and flake florals that I was using on Temu that looked exactly the same, and they were like half the price. It did take a little bit to get to me, but it was literally the same thing. Any centerpieces, I got them all on Amazon. They came, a lot of them, I used wooden lanterns, and some of them came with the actual garland that goes in it and the candles already. So that was great. I didn't have to do any of that. Some of them didn't come with it. So last minute, I ordered the ones that came with the candles and the garland in the middle, and it was going to take too long to get to me at that point, because I was trying to order everything a little bit closer to the wedding. So then I had to get the regular lanterns. So then I had to buy the garland and the candles separate. But what I did was I bought the LED candles with the batteries that they lasted all night. I actually used some of the lanterns for my aisle for the actual ceremony. Those stood on the whole time, and the ones on the table stood on the whole time. So that was amazing. And that helped out a lot. And then I also did fairy lights from Temu. I put them a couple places. They stood on the whole time, and I got a box of like 24 fairy lights for like $7. It was insane. I threw those everywhere, and they stood on a long time too. For the little garland pieces that go inside the candles, what I did is I took a long garland that was like a long eucalyptus garland, and I just cut them and kind of wired them and made it to the size of the candle, and just dropped it in the lantern, put the candle in, and it was a done deal. And it looked beautiful. It looked just as good as how it would if they would have came with them together. So that worked out. Other than that, tablecloths, if your venue offers them, try to find the price point, if it's easier to rent them with the venue or if it's easier to order them on Amazon. I ordered all my linens on Amazon, and it came out way cheaper than renting it at the venue. So try to look for that too. And the material is great. And they actually offer, like, if, with me, I wind up returning them. A lot of them, I wash them and return them, because I didn't have a purpose for them afterwards. So we just kind of washed them and returned them, and Amazon gave us our money back. So that was nice too. So that's pretty much what I did with decor, and like the plate settings and the forks, knives, all that. Amazon, they have the best when it comes to like the hard plastic plates, forks, knives, spoons. And then I got these little cute napkins that I put the utensils in with like a little piece of garland, and it came out beautiful. And it was all Amazon. They have the sheets of the napkins that are already folded, and all you have to do is just tuck them in there. For the decor, I will tell you what me and my mother-in-law did that helped us out so much was we got little boxes from Home Depot, and I labeled them table 1, table 2, table 3, table 4, and everything that was needed for that table went in that box. So when we got to the venue and we were unloading the truck, it was just table 1, table 2. You just put the boxes where the tables are, and everything that was needed for that table with a picture of what it's supposed to look like was in the box, and anyone can do it. I had, my brother-in-law took a box out, put the table together. Everyone was putting tables together because it was all organized in a box. So if you could do that, that helps tremendously. I used Home Depot's extra small boxes, the cardboard ones that you use to move, because I didn't want to buy bins. They were expensive, but if you want to buy bins, that's fine too. You can do that. And that's how we kind of kept organized. As far as organization when it comes to everything like decor and what you're doing, I kind of wrote, like I was showing you guys earlier, kind of wrote everything down here. So I kind of did like ceremony, table decor, cocktail hour. I know you guys can't really see, but I kind of did cocktail hour. I did signs, if you're gonna do signs. I'll tell you in a second where I did the signs, and reception. So I wrote everything that I needed for everything on here. And as the times go, as the time went, I went and I crossed everything out on everything that I got. And this helped a lot, because at the end of the day, if I didn't see it highlighted, I'm like, okay, where am I at with getting that specific thing? So this helped out so much. With signs, I did everything on Canva. And I'm gonna tell you, I did all my seating chart on Canva, and I did my wedding sign on Canva. I also did the aisle sign. We did the pick a seat, not a side. I did all those signs on Canva. Now I'm gonna give you a little tip. I printed them at Office Depot, and what you do is you make it on Canva, you save it on Canva, you transfer it over to the Office Depot website, and you use blueprint paper. And I know it sounds crazy, but if you hit blueprint paper and you put the size of the poster that you want it to be, it is gonna come out on regular paper, but it's gonna look beautiful, and they'll print it for you, and they'll roll it up and put it in a little, the thing that holds the paper. And I just bought frames from Hobby Lobby and just stuck them in, and it came out so nice. And I only paid $6 total, and I got like 4 signs made because I printed them on blueprint paper. So try that, Office Depot, blueprint paper, and print out your sign, and you're gonna see it's not gonna come out like hard, like plastic. If you want like the harder ones, like the poster kind of thing, you have to pay more for that. But me, I was gonna throw them in a frame anyway. So it came out perfect, and you can edit it and you can see how it looks before they print it. And it was literally done, like I put it to the order into print, and they send me like 10 minutes and say, hey, your order's ready, and you can come pick them up. So those are so nice. Office Depot and Canva. Canva is the best. I also wanted to talk about invitations. So I did use a company for my invitations, which was super cheap too. I ordered 100 invitations on Vistaprint. And I can show you now because it already happened, but this was how our invitation looked on Vistaprint. Our colors were like a sage green with like a burnt orange. So I went ahead and I did just a simple invitation. I did our barcode in the back, and I put where to RSVP, and that took us to our wedding website. And I did a bunch of these, and it came out so perfect. And then all I did was order these envelopes on Amazon. I put these in here. So I ordered 100 of these, and it was, I think it was, they were doing a sale. It was like $46 for 100 of these. And it came so fast. When I tell you that these came so fast, I think it came in like 4 days. And I went ahead and just threw these in the envelope. And then I bought these as well from Amazon. I think the envelopes were probably like $12 for a bunch. And then I bought these little wax seal stickers from Amazon. They look like that, and they come with the little 3M tape on the back. And I just put it right on the back of the envelope. And then I bought also dried baby's breath on Amazon, that they had the burnt orange color, and I put the baby's breath and the seal, and it was done, and send it on off. It was simple, it didn't take a lot of time, and it was amazing. I didn't have to do anything else with that, and it was done. Another tip I want to give you is if you don't have a day of coordinator or a wedding planner, use your DJ and your photographer. Sorry, I got my dogs. I have a golden retriever, and she is shedding so much right now, and it's going into the winter months now in Florida, and I don't know, she's shedding, so I'm sorry if you see her hair floating around. Use your DJ and your photographer as your coordinators. They will help you. When I tell you, my DJ and my photographer were so great. My DJ came the day of the wedding and said, okay, we had a timeline, this is what's gonna happen. We communicated the whole time. He kind of guided people where to go, guided people to the ceremony, guided people to the cocktail hour, guided people into the reception room. My photographer grabbed all the wedding party to take pictures, grabbed people to go into the rooms, had people sitting. Like, they help so much. So please have faith in your DJ and your photographer, because they are going to help you when it comes to the day of. So don't be stressed if you don't have a day of coordinator. I'm telling you, it can happen with that one. Use them. If you're paying a lot of money for them, use them. They are going to help you so much when it comes to that. I promise you. Another thing is wedding party. So I bought a lot of my wedding party stuff. I bought on Amazon. I bought the girls like just little things. I bought them a card. My wedding party was actually my 2 cousins that are like the closest to me, and my sister. So these are people that grew up with me my whole life. So I bought them like bracelets that had their names on them. I did buy them on Temu as well, and they came out so nice. And I think I bought them 4 of them for like $15, and they had their names engraved in it. I got them a bracelet and a card. The cards you can get on Amazon and Temu. They have like to my sister on my wedding day, to my grandma's Nana, so to my Nana on my wedding day, to my husband on my wedding day. I think they had a mother-in-law too. So that is so nice, because you don't have to worry about finding specific cards. And some of them come in packages. I got a package for to my wife, to my husband, and to my mom, to my dad. It came in a package already for like $5. So those are 4 that you don't have to get separately. And then the girls and then the groomsmen, we got them theirs too. The groomsmen I actually got on Temu, little shotgun shells. They're shot glasses, and they had little tuxedos on them. They were so cute. I got 4 of those on Temu. I think it was like $7 for those. So that was the cutest little gift to throw in there. I got them like a cigar and a little bottle of something alcoholic that they could have, alcohol. And I put it in a little box. The boxes I actually got at the Dollar Tree. And there were cute little boxes. I got black ones for the grooms, and then these pink ones for the girls. So that actually turned out really good. So that was a way to stay in your budget too. Also, the month up until the month of the wedding, I started to do a to-do list. So it's like, okay, a month out, what do I have to do? My dress, I have to get that tailored. Which your dress, I got mine on David's Bridal. At David's Bridal, was on the clearance area. So my dress was a little bit pricey. I would say the dress, the food, and then the photographer and DJ, my dad helped me with that, with the photographer. My grandma bought my dress. So if you have family members that can help with these big things, that contributed to helping us stay in our budget. and helping us a lot with that. But we did come out a lot on the food and on the decorations. All that was on us. So that itself cost just as much as how much they would pay for the dress and for all that. So we kind of all had like an equal part in it. But for tailoring, they wanted to charge me like $600 to tailor my dress at David's Bridal. And I said, no. My grandma took my dress, she tightened it up for me, she kind of cut the bottom up, and obviously she knows how to do that. So if you have someone close to you, if you don't have someone close to you, and obviously that's going to be a little challenging, but if you have someone that you know that can do it for you, sometimes even paying them a little less than what they would charge at David's Bridal would help a lot too. So just keep in mind for that. Also, when you are doing the food, so we were able to have one of my husband's clients that owns a restaurant help us with the food, so that was nice. And what we did was Italian, so we did, Italian's big portions, so we had trays of food. We were able to do different trays of different pastas, and pastas is great because that serves more people, it gets people nice and full, so they don't have to be eating so much. So we did Italian, we had a few trays of pasta, a few trays of garlic knots, breadsticks, mozzarella sticks, and that got everyone nice and full and kept people full. And we actually had food to take home, so the caterers at the end of the night was like, you want to take this food home? So a lot of my family took a bunch of food home, so that helped out a lot too. Also with the desserts, all from Publix. I got all my desserts from Publix. I literally bought the trays that had different cannolis and different things in the big trays. It was like $30 for like a big tray of all these desserts. And then I got cookies and brownies, and I kind of put them all on these little trays that I got from either Dollar Tree or trays I got from Walmart that were so pretty, and they were gold, or I sprayed them and like let them sit and then put like a film on where the food was going. So a lot of DIY stuff I did too. So look up a lot of DIY things that you can do. We went to like Ross for a lot of our cake stands. Our cake stand was probably like $12 at Ross. So ladies, do not buy these incredibly expensive cake stands on Amazon and all these websites, because a little cake stand like the one I got sufficed, and it was the prettiest stand for $12 at Ross. So it's gonna take a lot of, digging to, do it yourself and little things like that. But at the end of the day, it's gonna save you so much money. So I think that pretty much sums up the whole wedding, doing it without a wedding planner or a day of coordinator. If you stay organized enough, you write everything down, you stick to that budget, and you kind of cut corners. There are a lot of things in weddings that you cannot do cheaply, like obviously your dress and things like that. Those are things that you're not going to be able to cut corners on. But maybe say, okay, if I budget a little more on this, then I can have more money for this. So that's the mindset that we kind of had. Also, the suits for the guys, Amazon. My husband, his best man, and my son was actually a groomsman, and one of my cousin's husband was a groomsman as well, and they got all their suits on Amazon, $60. All black suits, came with the pants, the vest, and the jacket. All they had to get was the tie and the shirts, which we got on Amazon too. So I'm telling you, Amazon was such a big contributor to us having this wedding and helping out with that. And there's a lot of things that we were able to actually return that we either didn't use or was used for a short period of time, and Amazon just gave us that money right back. So please check out all these websites, and when you're planning your process, and just try to stick to that budget. Try to find venues that are, accommodating to that. We did ours in like it was like a center. Like if you have like a city center that has their venues, sometimes it's cheaper that way instead of doing it in like a big fancy venue. We live in Florida, so it's easier for us to have a lot of venues. Like they have like little centers for little cities. Those are good too. Look into those because those help out a lot when it comes to budgeting and what you have to do, and you don't have to use their caterer, you don't have to use their specific people for things. So yeah, we had the best time ever. It was such a great experience. Decorating, it did get stressful at one point. My mom looked at me and was like, you need to go get dressed, like stop. So I had to run and get dressed, and I had to spend that time with the girls getting dressed and doing all that. But it was such a good time. We had such a good time, and it was worth all the stress. It was worth it. So I really hope this video helps you. If you guys have any questions, let me know. You can comment on the video and I can kind of help you out a little bit. You can plan a wedding without a wedding day coordinator or a wedding planner. It is possible, and the wedding comes out beautiful, just the same as anyone would have anywhere else with a wedding planner. You can do it. So I hope this video really helps you. If you wanted to continue with my videos, I'm gonna have a couple other videos of things like that I don't find on YouTube that helped me. I'm gonna kind of try to keep up that same momentum. You might see other little things, you know, family things, or little different type of traveling vlogs. We do a lot of traveling. But I really hope this helps you. And if you need any more advice, just let me know. You can comment on the bottom. I'll try to respond to you. If you needed any help with certain things, I will try to put some of the links of the places and stuff that I bought on the bottom in the description. It might help you look at certain things, or things you might even know that Amazon sold or that Temu sold. So I would try to help you with that. And I will see you guys on the next one. Bye.